take your boob, take away your brain. Did you know it's scientifically proven that mom brains can think about 5 things at once and then immediately forget all of them? It's science. It's also something that I just made up. But seriously, who do you go to when you need something? Your mom. Now that's a fact. It looks like I've got, whoa, over 1,000, 1.3K of you here joined in. Early bird gets the worm, but in this case, you get me. So I'd say that's a way better than a worm. Worms are just creeping invertebrate animals with long, slender, soft bodies and no limbs. Oh, wait, that's my date from last night. But oh well, enough about me. I love you, early birds. I bet you're those students who always sat in the front row in high school, weren't you? Well, I mean, I sat in the back, but I also never won a trivia game. So pat yourselves on the back for being early and also for hiding from your family in a dark corner of your house to play the game. Good job. It's a great way to play hide and go seek with the kids. Hide where they literally can't find you, girl. Let's get back to the game. First, the rules. The first rule of schooled is you talk about schooled. The second rule of schooled is you talk about schooled. I feel like I just said that. The third rule of schooled, you use your mobile device, and by your mobile device, I mean your cell phone. I mean your smartphones. You know, the things that you have to pry out of your kids' hands to get them to notice you. The fourth rule, only 2 guys to a fight. Wait, those are the wrong rules. Those are the rules for my late night exercise class. I swear. Here are the trivia rules. Update your Facebook app. If you haven't already, you don't know how to do that, ask one of your kids. I'm pretty sure they know. I bet they do. Now for how to play the game. There's 12 multiple choice questions. You get 10 seconds to answer each question. So save your cat naps for later, honey. If you get the question right, you get to move on to the next one, and you're still in the running for the money prize. And that's right, I said money. And if your mom brain is really insane, you get all 12 questions right, you could win all or a portion of the cash prize. And the cash prize is, wait for it, $2,000 today. Ka-ching. Tonight's special because it's double. It's $2,000. Now that's insane. Do you know how many Shopkins you can buy for like $2,000? I feel like a lot because they're so tiny, they're so small. Another tiny thing, if you get a question wrong, you can't win the cash prize, but you can continue to play along and see how you do, which is great because trying is half the battle. I have no other idea what the other half is, but do you know? Well, go comments. Speaking of which, let's check some of those out. Katie says, hiding in the bathroom. Good job, Katie. Now lower your voice, turn out the light, and pay no attention to the little grubby hands coming underneath the door. Susan says, money. Simple, Susan. Spot on, right on the nose. That's correct. It's about the money tonight. Renee says, not my first time playing, but hopefully my first time winning. Well, Renee, first time for everything, and good things come to those who wait. Welcome to the game. Katie says, let's get this party started. Katie, I like the way that your brain is going, but we're playing trivia games, girl, so relax. Tone it down a bit. Focus. Leah, coming live from my tiny kitchen. Leah, fantastic. Put your foot up on the stove, put those spatulas to the side, lean into the sink, and make sure you get your fingers ready to hit these buttons. Madeline says, I'm hoping for a win tonight. Madeline, I'm hoping for you as well. Sure you still had a great bob cut with your swing coat, Madeline. All right, guys. Looks like we're getting back to it. Let's do it. It's time for Schooled. Question numero uno. What type of gas makes balloons float at a kid's party? Unleaded, helium, diesel. Balloons. You cannot have a kid's party without balloons, and make sure you have enough for each kid because it becomes very Lord of the Flies when there's only one balloon. I've been there. Luckily, I'm the one who got the balloon. Probably because I was the only adult fighting for one. Anyway, what makes those balloons float up into the air? It's helium. You guessed it. Nothing sadder than a parent seeing their kid accidentally let go of that string and the balloon just floating away. Helium is lighter than air, and when it displaces it, it makes balloons float. You know what makes me float? Question numero 2. The popular festival taking place in California this week is called Coachella Valley Millennial Orgy Music and Arts Festival, wannabe Woodstock. Coachella, a.k.a. Chella, a.k.a. Coach. Actually, I think I'm probably the only one that calls it Coach, just me. It's an annual festival held in Indio, California every April and makes for a very nice vacation. I could use one of those. Tickets to Coachella are pretty pricey though, so I'll probably just hit up the local park, sit back, listen to some tunes, make my own festival. I'd have to come up with a name though, so. Speaking of which, the Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival is the right answer. This year's live musical artists include names like Ariana Grande, Childish Gambino. I can't wait to listen to them in my headphones at my public park festival. But no vacations for you, audience, because we're on to question number 3. According to the CDC, how many pounds should a person of average weight gain during their pregnancy for a single baby? 3 pounds, 25 to 35 pounds, 100 pounds. Pregnancy. The one beautiful time where you're supposed to gain weight. Yeah. All of the crazy things that happen to your body when you're pregnant. I say weight gain is the best. Your teeth get weak, your brain gets foggy, your eyesight changes, you get gassy, your boobs get big. Well, actually, that last one's not so bad. But just how much weight should you gain? The correct answer is 25 to 35 pounds. Although you are not supposed to eat for 2 when you're pregnant, you are supposed to add a healthy 300 calories to your daily diet. In general, you're supposed to gain 2 to 4 pounds the first 3 months and then a pound a week after that. Sounds like my usual winter weight gain. If you got this one right, you're not only a genius, you're still in the running for the cash prize. Which brings us to number 4. Which of the following social media platforms was released last? Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter. I don't know about the last one, but I do know about the very first ones. Anyone remember Friendster? MySpace? Tom from MySpace? Yeah. You still there? Sitting at your desk? Something tells me you are. Now, everybody is constantly just checking their social media. Hopefully not right now, because you should be answering this question, okay? And the media platform that was launched last, it was Snapchat. Snapchat launched in September 2011 and quickly grew to 400 million daily snaps by November 2013. Oh, snap. That was fast. And who doesn't love the eyelash filter? I mean, really. Really. It looks like I still have 1,286 of you still in the running to win some cash. And if you're not, don't worry about it. Put a filter on one of your dollars and make it look like a stack, because, that's close enough. Plus, you can still play along or try again next Tuesday or Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, to get a piece of that pie. Don't forget to follow Schooled by Scary Mommy. Like our page, turn on notifications so you know when a game starts. You don't want to miss out. Now that you got that down, let's keep it moving and go on to number 5. Which product was originally marketed as wallpaper cleaner? Silly Putty, Play-Doh, modeling clay. The earliest wallpapers were used in Europe in the 13th century and didn't make it to the United States until the 15th century. At one point, it actually became cheaper to wallpaper a house than to paint a house. I mean, honestly, if I had to choose between wallpapering a house or painting it, I'd choose neither. I'd have my partner do it, and I definitely am not going to be the one cleaning it. The product originally marketed as wallpaper cleaner was none other than Play-Doh. Play-Doh is your answer. Did you get it right? If you did, way to go. If not, grab a ball of Play-Doh, smash it like a stress ball. What a great idea. They should market Play-Doh as a stress reliever. Also, you probably should squeeze that Play-Doh as a stress ball, because it looks like a lot of you got schooled on that question. Oh, wait, it can't go back in time. At least when we're talking about the questions, you can't go back, but we can with our old schooled question of the day. That's how I feel today. Today we're going back to the 80s with question number 6. Which 80s movie was recently adapted into a TV show and a musical? Heathers, 16 Candles, Pretty in Pink. In the 80s, this was one of the most memorable decades. It was big hair, it was shoulder pads, it was fishnets, trapper keepers, rolled up jeans. What's not to love? Well, probably the big hair, shoulder pads, fishnets, trapper keepers, and the rolled up jeans. Yeah, the movies were amazing though. Although most movies in the 80s starred Molly Ringwald, this one did not. It starred a lot of Heathers. Heathers was your answer. And then you got it right if you chose Heathers. Heathers was a 1989 dark comedy about 4 teenage girls, 3 of them named, you got it, Heather. That's a lot of Heathers, and even more when Heathers returned in a Broadway musical, because Heather sounds even better when you sing it. Heather! 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 All right, well, time to get back to your trivia. Get your thinking caps on, that's right, tie it in a knot under there, and get ready for question 7. Which rapper has lyrics calling his grandmother his lawyer and his doctor? Kid Cudi, Childish Gambino, LL Cool J. A grandmother that's a doctor and a lawyer? Jackpot. All you need to do to add to that is add auto mechanic and you're covered for life. I mean, you keep grandma busy, but at least she couldn't say you never called her anymore. I mean, sure, you'd be calling when you need something. Well, that's what grandmas are for. Just remember, grandmas, they love you. And I love the answer to question number 7. If you guessed LL Cool J, then you got it right. It's in the song Big Mama, which debuted in 2002 as a tribute to LL's grandmother who raised him. LL Cool J is also known for a very famous song, Mama Said Knock You Out. Maybe his grandma was a boxer too. Well, let's see if you can knock out question number 8. Which movie featured a man who gave birth? Mr. Mom, Jr., Tootsie. A man giving birth? I'm sorry, what? This has to be some type of serious sci-fi or fantasy movie, right? How many men do you know that could actually give birth? I mean, actually, it could be funny to watch a man try. Maybe this movie is a comedy, but I'm sure the guys playing right now are like, you're saying no. This is a horror. This is definitely a horror movie. Well, you're not wrong about birth being horrifying. But if you chose Junior for your answer, then you're right. The movie starred Arnold Schwarzenegger. He was an actor, bodybuilder, governor, and mom. Who knew? This man could do it all. The movie Junior came out in 1994. I'd say a man pushing out a baby is pretty progressive. Let's make it a reality. Only a few more questions to go. Can you do it? Maybe you need a snack to recharge because it's hangry time. And our Hangry Games question of the day is... I'm going to let you nosh on question number 9 here. In what year was the white fluffy spread used in the iconic Fluffernutter sandwich invented? 1929, 1924, 1917, Fluffernutter. It's fun to say and even more fun to eat. White fluffy spread mixed with peanut butter. The only thing I don't like about Fluffernutter is trying to say Fluffernutter with a mouthful of Fluffernutter. You might as well just stick glue in your mouth. I mean, obviously don't do that unless you talk too much, and then just eat Fluffernutter and we'll all be happy. You'll be especially happy if you chose 1917 as your answer. White fluffy spread has been around for quite a long time. Archibald Query invented it and called it marshmallow cream. Marshmallow cream is a concoction of corn syrup, sugar syrup, vanilla flavor, and egg whites. And what's better than giving your kids sugar syrup? Pretty much anything. Good job, Archie. Let's move on to question 10. What is the distance of the recently photographed black hole from Earth? 40 million light years, 55 million light years, 60 million light years. Don't you refer to your kid's closet as the black hole? Yeah, like you put toys and shirts and socks and shoes in there and you never see them again. Once they're in there, they're gone for good. Some call it disorganization. I call it strong gravitational pull in their closet. Blame it on the science. But how far away is the black hole in question? You got it right if you said 55 million light years. They may be light, but still that's a lot of years. This is the first black hole to be photographed, providing the only direct visual evidence that these regions of space and time exist. That black hole was named Poveghi, and I looked at a photograph of Poveghi, and I'm pretty sure I saw a tube sock in there. Holy moly, we're just 2 questions away from prize time. We still have 291 players in the game. Guess what? Take some breaths. Do a couple little finger stretches there because we're getting ready for question 11. In what year were women granted the right to apply for a credit card? 1962, 1974, 1955. I mean, I got my first credit card in the food court at my college campus, but it wasn't always that easy. Women had to work for their credit cards back in the day. They had to answer questions about their marital status, the number of kids they had, and sometimes they had to bring a whole real man there just to get a card. That's unbelievable. It was like this until 1974. That's right, 1974 is your answer, and that's when Senate passed the Equal Credit Opportunity Act. Now, women can have as many credit cards as they want. Honestly, I should probably have less. But I do have just one more question to go. 286 of you people are left in the game. You've made it thus far, but can you get the final question right? This is the big kahuna, guys. The big enchilada, the grande puba. If you get this question right, you're gonna get some cash. And you get to treat yourself to something special. $2,000 awaits. Are you ready? Because here's question number 12, and it's a hot one, baby, because it's your hot and bothered, ooh, child, question of the day. Ooh, I'm sweating just thinking about it. If your partner wants to practice nayotamori, which item is essential? Chopsticks, suio, splayed. Unless nayotamori means sitting down and watching the new season of Game of Thrones. Not interested. Relationships are like television series. If you make it through a whole series together, you just might have a chance. If you don't make it past episode 5, well, better luck next season. You might be getting canceled. Now, back to the question. I'll bet you're in a hurry to the answer to nayotamori. The essential item you need is chopsticks. Your winning answer is chopsticks. Nayotamori is the practice of eating sushi or sashimi off of a naked woman's body. So bring your chopsticks. I would also probably recommend a lot of antibacterial soap, some wet naps, and you know what? A plate. Bring a plate. Why not? That lady's probably tired. You need to give her a break, people. Just bring a plate. You take the sushi and put it right on the plate. It looks like I had 276 of you that will be taking home a whole whopping $7.25. That's a whole 7 items at the dollar store. You